Jesus. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the EQ podcast. God damn, it's been like almost a month since we've done this shit. It's about damn time. I got Quez right next to me, and today's guest, Mr. Jerry from Revenant Watch. Holy shit. And we're here to discuss what happened last night at the party. No, I'm just joking. We're here to discuss what happened last Friday. We had a huge, I guess you would say, like a public event for Mcallen, and it was an awesome event. And we had a great turnout, a real great turnout. It was awesome. Yeah, so I mean, for those of you that don't know, this guy right next to myself, we are part of a team now. Well, actually, Quest has been there longer than I have.
I've been there.
He's been there. Though things are hard to do with the light on. But, he's been there for a while. And the man who's in charge of all this was, it's total of three, correct? Or just
Total of three.
Total of three. This is one of the guys. Really? Really? On live camera, you need a pour. Jesus Christ. Anyways,
ASMR?
No, stop it. So we were in the Mcallen library, and Jerry's part of a great team called Revenant Watch, man. You can follow him on Facebook, I believe on Instagram,
TikTok.
There you go. And we just basically do investigations, and anybody that tries to calls us up, and we head out there to go take a look and see and try to explain what exactly is going on. So Jerry, talk to us a little bit about how the big event went. I mean, how did it start out, and what was all the strings being pulled to get that going?
Well, we actually had Alicia, which is the other team member, Alicia and Robert Fuentes. Shout out to them, by the way. That they kind of have their connections. They knew somebody there from the Mcallen library, and luckily she reached out to them and was able to talk to them in regards to having an event there at the library. Fortunately, there was the team that normally did it was based out of Brownsville, if I'm not mistaken, and due to some due to I guess it was health issues or something like that, that the gentleman wasn't able to do it anymore. So luckily, Alicia reached out to that person there at the Mcallen library and was able to set us up for that event and stuff. So.
And I mean, as far as the turnout, I know I was there, but as far as the turnout, there was quite a few people that were there actually at the event. And you basically went through what to use and what exactly kind of equipment you need to have in order to do an actual investigation.
Right. Correct.
So, I mean, as far as that whole investigation, well, the start of it, how did you feel the presentation went? I mean, seriously, how did you think it went?
Well, to be honest with you, it was a little nerve-wracking at first, but we had some good questions overall. People were intrigued and stuff like that, and there was people asking questions. As far as like the equipment, and us being able to explain to them like what each piece of equipment does and how it works and how we use it out in the field, and I think was great. People that were intrigued in this stuff and the paranormal or what we do, got a little inside look as far as like the equipment that we use and all that. And like I had stated to them, we had a good turnout. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we had 71 people. It was the final number, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Number. But like I was telling the people, when I first started out doing an investigation, what I was using was my phone, cell phone. You have a digital or you have a recorder on your phone. You can take pictures as well. You can do live videos and stuff, and that's how I started out. So just being able to tell or share information like that to some of the people that went out there, I think was a good good information for them and stuff.
Yeah, because while we're watching, we were also passing out the equipment so they can get a hands-on
Right.
on exactly the equipment we use.
Right.
And Alicia was also showing great stuff. Also, I saw the presentation. Quest did most of the whole PowerPoint. And I'm mistaken. Did you help do the PowerPoint? Who's the one who did the PowerPoint?
No, that was Alicia.
It was
Alicia and Robert.
Yeah, and the audio and the video stuff. People were really interested when they started showing the video and the audio.
Right.
They were really intrigued because they really wanted to get down to business, start investigating the public library where we're at.
Right.
So, I mean, we did start off with the whole introduction to who we were and what we did and all that great stuff. Then we started the investigation itself. I mean, what was your impression of all these people that were around you when you were trying to get it to? I know for me it was kind of tough, but I mean, what was your perspective of it?
Just again, just having some of these people that were also, I guess you could say, I'm not going to say 100% passionate the way that we are, but that were also intrigued and maybe even doing an investigation, something that small and stuff, or I won't say small, but having a little small investigation there.
Mm-hmm.
I think the people really enjoyed it. They enjoyed every minute of it. They were participating.
Good job.
Party foul.
Good job, Good job, guys. Lucky we're not on camera to see that, but go ahead.
But having people to participate and stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
seeing that they were eager to participate,
Right.
and whenever I would instruct them or tell them, like, hey, okay, we're going to do an EVP session. I need everybody to kind of not really talk, and if you have a question to ask a question. Just and people were, again, like I said, participating, and I think that was a great thing, because there's some people that might have been curious,
Right.
as far as doing something like that,
Right.
or I don't know. Just, overall, I think it was great, and I think a lot of people, according to their messages and stuff like that, their comments, they enjoyed it every minute of it.
It was a great investigation. It was successful to my viewpoint. It was successful. I know we broke up into 3 teams.
Right.
We broke into 3 teams, and I know Quez and Robert went on their own, and then you and I went on our own, and we had Alicia that went on her own herself. But on our half, it started off to a quick start.
Right.
Setting up the camera like I did in the very corner of the library, and you put that little device. What is that called again?
It's the REM pod.
Yeah. And you were touching it before you left, showing how it worked, and you just left the actual frame. And I walk in front of the camera, and I'm talking to the camera, saying video recorder, digital recorder, good for 2 hours at least, for to record, and as far as memory, up to 12 hours. So so as soon as I walk away from that, I walk in front of the camera, and I'm setting my phone up to go Facebook Live and what so have you. All of a sudden, it goes off real quick, and it just not go once, it went off twice on that particular frame. When the people started walking in and you were asking questions, you on one portion of it, you touch the mechanism and it goes off, and you let go of it and you ask the question,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes. Well, you ask something and it goes off, and you go, was that you? And it goes off again.
Right.
And he goes, that was you, and it stopped, and then you asked it again, and he goes, if you're here with us, hit that thing one more time, and it hit it again.
Right.
So what was in the impression when you got that hit?
When that went off, like, I made sure to kind of look at everybody's facial features and just see what their expressions and stuff.
Right.
And I know that there was a little girl there with her mom, and as soon as it went off, like, I just saw her kind of like her eyes get big, and also the mom's eyes went big as well.
Right.
And some other people were just like kind of like with their mouth open, like, wow,
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It was very successful, just simply because the little bit of activity that actually was going on, and that was happening in front of those people.
Right.
And they were able to see that and experience that, and see that it wasn't just us, like some other investigators making things up. So, but yeah, I think that was great.
And the cool thing also about that was the whole public being there, being investigating with us. It was kind of a challenge as far as like noise pollution in the background. It was kind of hard for us to get an actual good EVP on there. But I mean, as far as I know that the other groups did get hits. Did Alicia tell you anything about anything on the other groups what they got hits on?
I can't recall right now exactly what they were able to capture or what they were able to get. I know that I think what was it, Quez and Robert had some good, some things happen on their side.
Right.
Alicia, I can't recall if she was actually able to capture anything or if anything did go off and stuff. But, I remember Quez and Robert stating that they had some activity on their part.
A lot of activity.
A lot of activity. Yeah. I mean, consider the fact that there's been not only, this was the first investigation that I went on that was a whole group open to the public.
Right.
And it was interesting because, it's something that you don't do every day. Usually when we go on investigations, it's on our own. We bring it to our little groups and we go and we experience different areas. Well, actually investigate different areas and experience different stuff that's going on.
Right.
A little creek here, you try to debunk it. There's a sign over there, we try to debunk that.
Alicia says, "Hi, boys."
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? It's something totally different. I mean, like I said, with having so many people with their eyeballs on you saying, what are you going to do?
Right.
Is he going to show anything? Is this real? Is this it's just a hoax like they showed on TV? And to have those turnouts that we had with the actual devices going off on their own while we're asking questions was just a trip, bro.
Right. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, there was also some skeptics there. And I love that. I love whenever, skeptics go or even question, even if we don't have, again, this was like one of our first events that we actually had.
Right.
Anytime that we have a skeptic question us as far as like on a video that we post, or an investigation that we went on, I love that, where we can actually make a skeptic into somewhat of a believer,
right?
And I think I know that there were some skeptics there, at the event, just to see what we were about, and I think the main thing, like I stated during the open presentation, and I told them, I was like, we all go in as skeptics.
Right.
Just because somebody tells us, that a place is haunted, we're not going to state, oh, well, this place is haunted, or, it's got activity. We go in there to do research or to use our equipment to see if we can capture anything.
Right.
And again, still, even after that, we're not going to just state, oh, yeah, it's haunted. Or yes, there's some activity. Depending on how much activity that we have, then we might say, yes, there's some activity. Is it haunted? Well, no, because we're not seeing shadows coming out. We're not seeing apparitions. That's haunted.
Yeah.
But is there activity as far as like noise,
I do
voices?
There was activity. At that library.
Yeah. That's to me, that's activity.
Yeah. Now, as I know, there's some investigations I have not gone on with you guys. The one that really intrigues me is the trailer home y'all went to.
Oh yeah.
That in particular video that you posted for the people to watch was something very interesting because they could hear the voices, they can hear the footsteps, they can hear the growls.
Right.
I mean, at that moment, I know at that moment in time when you're doing the recording, when you're there physically, you can't hear all that. You can't see the manifesting of a figure or the mist that was back there, until it's all camera work and really focused on there. When you were there, both of you guys were there, was there any like heaviness when you were looking at the stuff?
It was alive.
Most definitely there was.
Heavy.
Yeah, I mean, I know Quez, got there first, or had been there prior.
Right.
And he had mentioned, how the heaviness, and sure enough, I mean, as soon as I stepped foot in there, you could just feel the energy was different.
Right.
Yeah.
And especially towards the back of that room, you know, that seemed to be just darker than everything else.
Right.
You know, even the room that was behind, whenever we walk in, there was another room, but it just didn't, it wasn't as dark.
yeah.
It wasn't as heavy.
It wasn't as
Right.
heavy as the bedroom.
Right.
Like, because the bedroom was just, I don't know, man. It was just pitch dark.
Yeah.
Pitch dark. And once we entered that room, like, everything was, it was an ugly vibe. Very, very ugly vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and we were there, 20 minutes and just kind of going over things. You know, we weren't even able to pull out or set up our equipment
Right,
other than
right.
the REM pod that I had, you know, taken out of my bag.
Right.
That was the only thing that I had taken out of my bag, and I was, you know, and I put it towards the back. You know,
Mhm.
luckily, you know, Quez, he recorded 6 minutes of
Right.
of a video.
And that's because we didn't even mention what happened after.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's something we didn't even bring up at the Mcallen library. I mean, we can tell them now because we're here, we're home. You know, we can.
Yeah.
But like, you
Go
wanna
ahead.
tell them?
Who wants to tell that story? The behind the scenes after it all went down.
And this is raw and uncut. I'm gonna mention what I had in my hand.
And how full his diaper was afterward.
No, seriously, because hey, as an early member of Revenant Watch,
See, back in the day.
Back in the day.
you see, the routine is to drink gummy juice and enter the scene.
Gummy juice, nice. Okay.
So we took some, but we didn't drink any that day. But the weirdest thing happened because we had to get out. We had to get out because some people did not want us there.
Yeah.
Which was so weird. And all I remember is getting a message telling us to get out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? We just need to get out. Okay.
No
So we
questions
get
asked.
So I ain't gonna fucking lie. Like, this is like my second investigation.
Yeah.
It was freaking intense. For me as a rookie, it was freaking intense. That was like a big jump for me. Like, no lie. So when you guys left, and I was about to be the last one, no, I was like the second one because I didn't want to be the last one.
Right.
So I
Yeah,
forgot
you let
my
your friend-
charger.
You let your friend, the girl,
Yeah,
last.
I left
You
her.
stay here. I'll be back.
She take care of herself. Kid. No, but I forgot that I left my charger.
Oh, the
And I'm like,
charger. Charger was more
oh,
important.
shit. And I saw it. And the only light that was on right there,
Yeah.
the only light that was on was like, because it's like the living room connected with the kitchen. Like there's no wall. It's just living room, kitchen.
Right.
So it was in the corner of the kitchen. And I told my friend Lisa, hold on to that door. Please, I'm gonna run and get my fucking charger. But fucking don't shut that door. Don't shut that door. And she started laughing like, okay. So when I got it, and then I forgot we had the gummy juice, and I had it in my hand. We walk outside, and no bullshit. Like there was what six kids.
About six.
6 kids, 3 on each side, and there was an old lady in the middle.
And
The
they
Ringleader.
weren't kids. They were, I would say, they were teenagers. 19, 20-years-olds probably.
It's like some
Yeah.
children of the poor
Yeah.
type of shit. But no, like
Get into the dam.
like the way my eyes like that. Look at my eyes. I was like this the whole time. and
Do the goat. Do the goat.
Huh?
Do the goat.
No, we'll do that later. We'll do that later. That's an emergency maneuver. See, they leave me alone in the dark. The shit's going down. I turn on goat mode. The goat mode doesn't mean like race of all time. No, like you know how the goats like faint and shit.
They tense up.
So they tense up and he just falls down. And that's what I do. Shit. I mean, what am I gonna do? Fucking run? The fuck? You know, when we run a marathon, they ain't catch me. They gonna catch me. Oh, fuck these. That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
no, like it was a trip because it was a lady in the middle and 3 teenagers on each side.
Yeah.
And they were asking what were we doing here and this and that. We gave them explanation, and I mean, if they were smart enough, I think they would they would have already figured out we were making that shit up because they saw me coming out with gummy juice.
Yeah.
So that's how I was like, damn, like they caught us, but
We having a party.
Thanks to my quick reaction and line. Oh, we were just cleaning the trailer house. You know, there's a bag in the back. Remember, there was a bag in the back. I was like, yeah, there's a bag in the back of
Here
trash.
comes Quiz outside with the beer.
Yeah.
They got old shit.
We ain't cleaning shit.
No, but I remember getting in the car, and I did not. The light was on. It was still on inside. And once I got my charger, it was on. Like, I went outside, went to that situation with the people. We got in the car. So right when we got in the car, Jerry started the car. These guys went inside and the light was off. And they turned on the flashlights. So I told Jerry, let's get the fuck out of here. Because it was just getting crazy, bro. So it's like, nah, So in conclusion, that place was very, very active.
Yeah. And you know what's, I guess the good thing is that, I mean, I guess, you know, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, us being there for just a short period of time, you know, that's my motto, I guess. Everything happens for a reason, you know?
No, yeah. And, it's like they said it best that day. I don't know who it was. It was either you or Lisa said, it's good that we left at that moment because who would have known it would have changed us.
Right.
You know, because everything that was happening, like, basically everything that because we were bummed out when we got back to the office.
Right.
And we were like, okay, well, I did a lie, and let's see, maybe we caught something.
Right.
And we were blown out of our minds because we were hearing things that we didn't even hear at that very moment, even with the gunshot.
Right.
Like, we didn't hear that. And that's when we said that Westwood, I don't know if it was you or her, that said it was good that we left because it would have changed us.
I think that was your friend. That was Lisa. Or Lisa, whatever.
Yeah. And when I heard the story about the whole thing, I was at first I was cracking up, but at the same time I was kind of like, dude, you guys really dodged the bullet. Because it just could have gone south if it would have caught you guys inside that trailer.
Yeah. Well, not even that. I mean, just within kids that were there, and I call them kids because they're younger than me, obviously. But, you know, again, like I said, they might have been like in the 19s, 20s, early 20s. But, you know, I was telling Quez, I was like, I know that I saw one guy with his hands in his, you know, he was wearing like a pullover.
Oh, okay.
And I remember seeing his hands in his pullover. So, I mean, no telling what he might have been carrying and stuff like that. So, you know,
we dodged the bullet.
Yeah, we did. I'm not gonna lie. I think we dodged a bullet. But just FYI, we had gotten permission to go there.
Yes, we did.
And so why things changed, that the landlord decided that he didn't want anybody in there anymore. Right. I don't know. So, but
as far as getting permission, another investigation that I was able to go on, which was the San Juan Hotel. That one was interesting. The only thing that kind of messed it up a little bit were a lot of people were trying to show up while we're trying to do investigation. Right. And on top of that, we had one squatter who wanted to get back into his home. That was the only downfall. But as far as anything, that place, there was so much activity, but it was easily debunked. Right. Most of it were the wooden shutters that were cranky. Some said there were people. Something was dragging the floor. I kind of put it could have been maybe a rat, a possum, a cat. Because the second level does have a crawl space in between. So there was a lot of little areas that we tried to debunk as best as possible, but it did not help on Brittany's camera and my camera that was fully charged. And and you're actually the bank, right? The power bank. The power bank was fully charged. And when we get there to this place, they both die. All three things die. Right. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I get home, pop open my digital recorder, and it's at 100%. Yeah. When I get home, Brittany said the same thing, and Quest says, "Look, I have 98% on my bank still." That's what kind of blew my mind. You know, that maybe there is something there,
Yeah.
that just didn't want us to catch it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's my second time being out there. And the only bad thing about the San Juan Hotel is that you have the windows broken. It's not enclosed. So you hear cars passing by. There was a bar across the street.
Yeah.
There's just so much contamination. I know one thing that gentleman, that squatter that was there, I remember him telling me that he lost a doll. He goes, and he told me, he's like, if you find it, give it to me.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, definitely.
Right.
I was like, man, I do hope I find that damn doll.
We did.
Yeah.
Brittany and I actually came across it. We found it in a bag on the west side of the building, actually going towards the basement. We found it in the plastic bag.
Really?
Yeah, we found it.
Oh.
And I made sure I put gloves on because I wasn't about to touch anything, and make sure there was no needles in there or anything that.
Right.
So I reached in and grabbed it. I was like, okay, this is it. Brittany goes, well, we took care of the side mission and we took it back to his area. And I just tossed it there. Like, all right, I found his doll. There we go. But he said that doll kept on popping up everywhere. It would put it in one place and it would end up upstairs or down the hall, and that's what was the kind of crazy thing about it. But yeah, Brittany and I did find it. But that basement, what was your reaction when you went to that basement, bro?
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, it was hot as hell down there, to be honest with you. It was hot. There really wasn't no ventilation in there. It was dark, real dark and stuff. I know there was like at some points whenever I had my REM pod there on, I think it was a chair or something, and I was doing an EVP session, and the REM pod would go off, but we debunked it. We found out what it was. It's because whenever we were using the walkie-talkies, and that's because I was a good distance. I would say about maybe 4 feet away from the REM pod.
It picked up,
but it was picking up. It was giving that much energy that the REM pod was going off.
There you go.
But at first we were like, holy shit, it's going off.
Right.
And then we were able to debunk it. Like we're like, oh, you know what? I'm pressing the walkie-talkie.
Right.
And it's going, it's going off. It's triggering it.
Right.
But there is one part on the EVP recorder where it sounds like as though there's a female voice. We still got to kind of clean it up a bit and stuff, but to me, it sounded like a female voice. Now, I'm not sure if it was a bar across the street or if that was actually some type of evidence.
Right. Well, there was a lot of contamination because there's the fact that there was a lot of vehicles passing down through 93, the bar across the street, the tattoo parlor next door, the squatter walking in and saying, "Don't take my picture," all that stuff, But I mean, consider the fact we were getting hot spots with the EMF under the stairs, where, by the way, no electricity, no. There was people saying online, "Oh, there's copper pipe." There was no copper pipe, no sort of water running, no electricity, nothing. And that thing went hot right in the. I believe that's where you walk into the hotel and you sign in for a room.
Right, the guest room. Or not the guest rooms, but the guest.
The lobby. And Brittany and I were there in the area. We were running that EMF all over the place. No hits. As soon as we got to that little area under the stairs, right behind that counter, it was going off.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, Alicia had caught something. Alicia and Robert might have caught something down there, but I can't recall exactly what it was. But they, if I'm not mistaken, they were able to capture something.
I can't wait for that to come out, man. Yeah, I know we have as far as video, I know on my camera it did catch it 3 times. That system going off the little mechanism going off 3 times. When we started, when you asked the question with the second one, in the third video, you got Alicia's book group there, and the little kid starts asking, "Hey, we're here, talk to us." It just starts going off like crazy. For some reason, it was more attracted to the kids than it was. Anything? What do you hear? Oh, it's a bird outside, dude.
No, it's coming from over there. But a while ago, I'm not. Who was the one that was saying that they heard somebody sobbing the last time?
I don't know.
Was it you or
what?
Somebody sobbing, crying.
Oh, that was who the heck was it? I don't remember. I don't know who was.
But somebody was saying that.
Yeah, somebody was crying on
And
the
I was
second
just
floor.
listening to it right
On
now.
third floor.
I don't know if you heard it. This comes from over there.
So that's an investigation soon to come as well. The Round Studio podcast.
the new Slaughterhouse / Roundtable Studio. We finally got a new home here at the Cortez.
I'm saying, like,
Story,
like, we're the Ghostbusters and she's our Slimer, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
She's our Slimer.
Oh my God, man!
Just saying.
But we are in the Cortez here in Wesco, Texas, where there is a lot of activity. If you go over to Revenant Watch on Facebook, you have actual pictures of some of the investigations you have on there that you guys done. And I know Quest has quite a few clips on TikTok also.
Yeah, for the Revenant Watch.
The Revenant Watch.
Mhm.
Just look it up, guys. Try to find it, follow it, and send it to other. Yeah, the new age Ghostbusters is what I'm getting on here. Yeah, you can say that. You can say that.
I mean, I hope that little girl doesn't take it seriously. I'm just playing.
There is a little girl who roams around our studio. We have caught her on camera a couple of times. It's very, very interesting because when we just moved all our stuff in for the first time, my camera in the corner of the room, as you can see right here, there's a little camera right back here in this corner. For those that are watching on YouTube Live, you can't see it, but I'll show you a picture of it. I think it was like the second night, right? The second, third night we had just moved in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second, third night we just moved in, and my camera, it goes on at 12 midnight to record the area. Well, around 12 midnight, no, take that back, around 3 o'clock in the morning, I want the picture, it snapped the camera, it snapped the shot. But it took a picture, it took a picture of our trash can in the corner. I'll turn my camera around so you guys can see it, that little trash can in the corner over there. And it took the picture, but nothing was there. And then it snapped another picture real quick, and you can see the silhouette of the little girl standing right next to actually Quest's desk in that trash can.
That's why I don't really like staying that late anymore. And if I do, hey man, what are you doing? You want to come over and chill with me, like for a little bit, because I don't want to be alone in this fucking office.
So, but I do want to plan something so we can come back in here. Actually, late after the bar downstairs is closed, which is probably about
2 a.m.
About 2 a.m. in the morning. We will go live on Facebook, TikTok, maybe on YouTube. Now that I got a YouTube running on there, we could try to link up all those cameras live, running at the same time. So maybe if you guys catch something, you guys can help us out.
I feel
that'd be pretty cool.
I feel that around that time, that's when we can probably find something.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody is here, so
I'll make sure to bring my sleeping bag.
Yeah, and then we can all go to IHOP in the morning and have waffles.
We're downstairs to what's that place called downstairs?
What, Josecitos?
Josecitos.
Oh my God, Josecitos, yeah.
Have some pancakes.
Have some pancakes and waffles.
Top manly stores and eat pancakes.
We'll talk back. In the morning, I'm making waffles. No, man. Out of all the investigations, Jerry, that you've done in the past, do you have a top 3 list on anything yet?
Top 3, for sure. Donna's number 1.
The trailer?
The trailer.
Yeah.
That's number 1. 6 minutes of video, and we caught all that. And again, what was crazy about that is just that while we were there, we didn't hear anything at all. It wasn't until we came back and we reviewed the 6-minute video that we caught all that.
Yeah, we were all amazed.
It was I don't know, it was awesome. I was pretty much in awe. I was like a little kid, just like, oh wow, like,
Yeah.
Quez was just like bug-eyed and like, dude, are you serious, dude?
He didn't go goat on you.
Yeah, no, like, and that night his cherry was popped, by the way.
I admit, it was popped.
So yeah, definitely the trailer house in Donna, number 1. Number 2, I would have to say, well, I can't discuss where that's at or what it is, but we did an investigation at a school. I would say that would be number 2.
Okay.
And then number 3, I would say the Mercedes firehouse.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that one the one that was at the, which is the one where you got all the banging on the restroom doors. That was in the school.
That was at the school.
At the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was at that. Those clips, are those clips available on
audio only. Audio only.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, it can
because
only
it's
be
so
audio.
confidential.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It needs to just be audio.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, those of you that are watching on YouTube or here on TikTok, we are located in the RGV. We do. I hate to use the Ghostbuster term, but
and RGV. Tell them what it stands for. Not a lot of people are going to know what RGV
the Rio
stands
Grande
for.
Valley,
Yes.
South Texas.
South Texas,
Yeah.
borderline of Mexico.
That's right. If there ever is something paranormal activity in your area or in the household or somewhere that is like a business or something, let us know. Hit us up on Revenant Watch. Get a hold of Jerry right here, and he can tell you off the bat, what days we're available to go check that out for you guys.
Yeah.
Anything new coming up for us?
In the works, there's possibly another event. It's still not set in stone, but I know that one is still in the works, where it might be at a different location, different city, obviously. I kind of want to try to do a Halloween special, October, since it's right around the corner.
Yeah, that one should be a good one.
The only thing is, we just have to figure out where we want to do it, and get permission as soon as possible, since it's already going to be September tomorrow.
Yeah.
We need to get moving on that, and so we can try to have at least a Halloween special or have a Halloween event.
Right.
But as far as I know, that's pretty much it, to be honest with you. Some other possibilities of some investigations, but it's still up in the air.
Honestly, I would really love to go back to the school. That is something that we need. I still feel that we could have gotten more footage.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
The only thing is that I think because the school is somewhat still active, I don't think we're going to be able to do it. Like for Halloween, it would have to be like in the summer. It would have to be like spring break or something like that. But yeah, no, most definitely, I would love to go back to the school. Possibly even go back to the Mercedes Firehouse.
That was cool.
That one,
I really like. I was digging that too.
Yeah, I mean, we did capture some good evidence there and stuff as well.
Well, I've been working on a little something myself. In props to a Revenant Watch, I can't say where I work, but where I work, I have a kind of like a sit down with the gentleman who is in charge of the place, to see if I'm allowed to leave a live camera where I told you guys where there's in the basement, full of mannequins. So they said there's a lot of activity down there. So what I'm going to do is when I get to work, bring a camera with me, set up before I leave, and just let it go. Hopefully it covers the whole 8 hours. It might die in the middle of the night or whatever it can catch. That's it.
Well, one thing you could do there is, since I'm pretty sure there's electricity, just plug in your camera and they should be able to work.
That might be that might be the best step for it also.
Yeah.
But it is a location not open to the public. But where I work, I am going to try to get permission to go down, just leave a camera overnight. And then the next morning when I get into work, get that camera out, bring it home, and give you a full report. If something pops up, I can present it to them and see if we can get a full team out there to get a full run on it.
Yeah.
But there is 2 locations there. One is the mannequins in the basement, and the other used to be a funeral home back in the 30s. So that's one where I really want to go and check out.
Yeah.
There are other areas where they've told me where there's a lot of activity, but that's more inside the business. So I don't want to even touch that. I'd rather be on the outside area.
Right.
But there is supposedly someone who roams the grounds also, and that place is locked up. So I'm gonna have to figure out where I can place the camera outside, somewhere very hidden in a certain area, and see if I pick up anything. But as far as anything else, man, give them all the social medias where they can find you, Jerry, and your Revenant Watch. I mean, everything I know, even though I know it, but I'd rather you say it.
So yeah, you can catch us on Facebook on the Revenant Watch. You can catch us on Instagram. You can catch us on TikTok. Hopefully here pretty soon we're going to be hopefully having a YouTube page as well. I know that we haven't done it. We should have done it a long time ago, but I guess our main thing was just trying to get investigations under our belt. That way, we can post a good number of investigations on YouTube. And then also it was just, to help, start building the team, which I think we pretty much have we already got our team together. And I mean, by all means, we have an awesome team that we've gotten together, and we all get along, and and when it's serious time to go, it's we do it.
Right.
When we joke around, we joke around.
Oh gosh, man. Yeah.
But yeah, you can catch us again Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and hopefully here pretty soon again, like I said, YouTube.
Yeah. Any last words, Quiz, on the GOAT?
Stay tuned.
But, ladies and gentlemen, that is the podcast for the night. I want to say a big thank you for Jared showing up on a short notice, but he came in on all heart-thrown cylinders tonight. So, guys, tune in next week. True New Podcast. We have Rocky Road James in the house. That should be an interesting podcast for us. But other than that, guys, like always, man, tune in 2 weeks. We'll be back, hopefully with somebody new. Hopefully it's not by ourselves again, dude. Jerry, thank you for stopping by, man. I really appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
And, guys, and like always, guys, you want to close her out there, son? The count 3. 1, 2, 3. Latest Gators! Peace out, baby.